Hi there. This video is themed Baby Steps to Writing a Code in Python. Yes, baby steps. If you're thinking of how or where to start your coding journey, this video will come in handy. So let me say one of the things about programming, because of course we're talking about Python programming. So programming basically means giving an instruction to a computer to perform a particular task, right? So I'm going to practically show you what I mean by giving an instruction, or what I mean by programming. What I said earlier, I talked about programming being giving an instruction to your computer. What does it mean to give an instruction? What are you giving an instruction? So mostly with Python programming, we're going to give instructions about data sets. We will be manipulating the different type of data, and we're going to give instructions, and some actions will be carried out on this data that we have on the computer based on the instruction that we give out. For example, we have this data, the shoe size. Let's say we have shoe size, and that is equal to range 34 and 35. That's some data right there. Just saying that this is a variable, and this is your data that is stored in this variable, and variable type, this is a range. This data type is a range. And now let's give an instruction to print out all the sizes in that range. So instead of you going ahead to type 34, I want to be between 34 and 45. Instead of you typing manually 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, you could just send in an instruction. Say print, oh no, that shouldn't be there. Print the list of all the shoe sizes in that range of 34 and 35, right? Oh, sorry, I should be 45. No. You see, it's just going to do that by itself. It's going to give you all the sizes there. So that this is just an example of sending an instruction, and this is just a very simple example of what I was talking about. Now we go ahead to say more things about Python as a programming language. Python is an interpreted, because like the example I just showed you right now, I wrote the instruction was very similar to human language. It's just like normal words we speak every day. Print this, shoe size, range, list. We like you could reason along when someone says, give me the list of items in that, you understand that you are to specifically name out all the items in a particular region, right? List out. So it's a language that is very relatable. That's why we say it's a high-level language. It's object-oriented, and it's a general purpose language in the sense that it's really versatile. And by high level, I just want to say one or two things more about that. Like when we say high level, that means it's very similar to human language. If you compare Python language to the machine language, the language for the computer is some sort of binary language that uses 0 and 1. And you can imagine communicating by only mentioning 0 and 1, not even just mention, just 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. For example, saying how are you, and you have to say 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. and the other person understand what you're trying to say. So that's how weird it is. So that such language referred to it as a low level language, because it's not, it doesn't look like human language. But Python seems to be reasonable, seems to be relatable. For example, say print this. I say if this then that. That looks like that. That's really relatable. So we refer to that as as high level language, right? Okay, so that's why we say Python is high level language. it's really important to be skilled in Python programming, as it's has found a lot of usefulness in various fields, and cybersecurity and data analysis, data science, robotics, machine learning, um, desktop app development. I mean, a whole lot of stuff. Python programming is really versatile. And for the course of this learning, or my videos will be basically working with the Jupyter Notebook, which is also useful for data analysis and also for data science. So without much ado, we're going to go right ahead and try to download the Anaconda. So the Anaconda is the integrated development environment. So if you're really excited and you're like, okay, so let's go right in. How do I start coding? Am I just going to go to the Microsoft Word and write some things? And where do you carry out your Python coding? Where do you write out your code? Where are you going to see the result of the code you just written? And we have that there are packages for that, and those are the packages that are referred to as integrated development environment. And one of such is the Anaconda, that contains the Jupyter Notebook that we're going to be using for most of the videos that I'll be posting for Python programming. And it also contains other things. And one good news about it is that it's actually free. So you could download it for free on your laptop, on your desktop, and you could practice with that. Let's go right ahead. I'll share my screen to start the downloading of the Anaconda, and you just see what I'm doing. And if you need to watch the video to see how it's done, or as you also downloading on your system, you can see what I'm doing at my end, and so that you don't get lost trying to do that. Okay, let's go. Okay, so what you're gonna do is just go right over to your tab and you type in Anaconda, and maybe just type something like coding after that, so that it doesn't show you picture of snakes. I don't want to see that. I'm trying to do something around Python coding, no Python snakes. Okay, there we go. So we have this, and it says Anaconda operating system AI download. This is what we really need. So I'm going to click on this, and then it has a symbol over here which says free download. I'm going to click on that, and you will need to type in an email. And then here we have, it says download from Mac. I'm going to click on that, download from Intel. I'll just click on this. No, I'll click on Apple Silicon. And then I really don't like export. I'm just not sure what to do exactly. Just wanted you to see what I'm doing. It's gonna ask some questions around downloading and making sure that it's compatible with your systems. You expect it to read through and agree with the terms and conditions. Just scroll down and just go continue. And you expect it to reach all of this. I've done this before, so I'm just doing this to show you how I did it. Okay, just go continue, because I agree. I have done this before. I need to say. So it's trying to let you know this is going to take 4 GB of space on your computer. You will consider that when trying to download the content. Yeah, I want it to get installed. So I'm going to type my password to my computer, because I don't really see that. Okay, I clicked on the install button and let's see what we have. Yeah, so it's saying that installing time is less than a minute. So just take note that it's going to take more than, maybe it's going to take like 10-15 minutes actually in total. Yeah, so let's see how that goes. All right, so we successfully downloaded the Anaconda, and you should see something like this, a symbol like this on your computer. And we go right ahead, click on continue, and then see, just close it. Do we want to move it to trash? I think I'll move mine to trash. Oh, let me just keep it. Right. So here, this is what we have inside the Anaconda navigator, and this is okay. Um, I'm not ready to do any update right now. I just want to work with what I have. So this is the Jupyter notebook that we're gonna be using. We have the Jupyter Lab, and we also have the Jupyter notebook. We just click on this, and it's gonna launch it, and we're gonna see how the integrated development environment looks like. And I still want to think two things about the cell, about the how to write code and all the features you have in there and how to get accustomed to that. But definitely you're gonna get more accustomed to this when you keep practicing, when you keep working on different assignments, developing, writing different instructions, and you can get more. But notwithstanding, I would just say one or two things about the features you have in there. Now, this is one part you need to to take note of. You need to open a file on your desktop so that you have access to that file through the Jupyter notebook, and so that anytime you want to code, you just have to go right into that file directly through the Jupyter notebook. So here we have these are the things I have on my computer. It's shown here inside the Jupyter notebook, and I'll go over to my desktop now to create a file. Okay. Um, so because I created a file on my desktop, and but I can get access to that file on desktop through the Jupyter notebook. See here you have this is the Jupyter notebook, and then here you have desktop, and then I'm a coder, and then let's open that, and here you go. That um leads us to our testing in the environment for writing the code. So after getting access to the file that you created on your desktop through the Jupyter notebook, you want to create a new Jupyter notebook file inside that folder. And so you click on the new button on the up right hand side corner of the page. See, it has notebook. So you're trying to create a new notebook. What do you want to call? Just click on select, and you have the you have the you have the environment that will allow you to write your coding. Let's try something. Let's say print. Okay, let's do what we had the other time. Shoe size. It's a range of 34 to 46. Right, and then print a list of, okay, this is shoe size is a range is the list of a range of so now print the side. Just click on run, run selected cell. There we go. So this is what the environment is going to look like. And these are the tools you're going to use. This thing is referred to as a cell. So inside the cell, you're expected to write out your instructions, the instructions you're given to the Python program, to Python inbuilt interpreter, to the instructions you want it to carry out. This is where you write out the instructions. And in these instructions, there are rules that guides how you write the instructions, and that is a function of what you exactly want the coding system to carry out for you. And as we go on with all the videos that I'm going to upload, we're going to see different syntax, different syntax errors, how to ascertain what the error is when writing. For example, let me just do something. Let's say print. Let's see. And like hit on the run button, run selected cell. See, here I was expecting it to just print it out, but it's saying that there's an error, syntax error, unterminated string literal detected. But it's going to give you some explanation, but look at, there is this arrow here that is pointing towards this place. If this is just exactly the instruction I sent in, and then there's an arrow pointing to this place. What error do you think is shown here? Here I have a double quotation, and here I have a single quotation. So it's not right to mix double quotation with single quotation in coding. It's either use a double quotation or use a single quotation. So it's pointing my attention to the space that this is where the error is. So that's one of the ways to know where or what's going wrong. Look at black arrow and see where it's pointing at. So now I'm correcting that, and I'm going to run this particular line. Can you see it's carried out successfully? Yeah, so that's it about schooling. These are some of the baby steps. A little here, a little there, and boom, you are an expert.
Yeah, so one more thing that you would like to take note of is the tools that you have on the Jupyter notebook. Here we have the, if you want to save a file, you could use this. Like when you're done writing your codes, you could save the file. And for this plus sign is for adding another cell. For example, I click on this and I want to add another cell. Let's just click on that and see it creates another cell. When I click on this and I click on any of the tools, it's going to carry out if it's going to carry out the instruction on for this particular cell that you clicked on. So that's another thing to do. Make sure that you click the cell before clicking on the tool or the tool button. For example, for this cell, if I want to cut the cell off, I'll just go here. This is called selected cells, and it does that. See, it's gone. So, but there's something you need to take note of about this cut symbol, in that once you use the cut symbol, when you cut out a cell, you're going to completely lose that cell. You will not be able to retrieve it. It's not the same as control cut that you're used to in your on your computer or laptop. When you press Control X, you could undo that by pressing Control Z, right? Or Control Z. That's not going to work here. Once you use the cut to the cut selected cell button, you're done with that data, whatever you wrote in that cell for life. I know that sounds harsh, but that's how it works with that button. So you need to be very careful when using it, and don't use it if you don't have to use it. But if you have to use it, make sure that you're very careful and that you have specifically selected the cells you want to do away with. Because if you have written long lines of code, say 100 lines of code, and you mistakenly click on that cut selected cell button, they are gone. You have to start writing them from scratch again. Yeah, just wanted to note that. I wanted you to know that. All right, let's go on. So this button is to copy the selected cell. For example, I've clicked on this cell. This particular cell is showing the green light. Oh, sorry, green is, it has this green borderline on the cell. And I go over here to copy the selected cell. And then the next button is to paste the cell below. It's just going to do that. Okay. Yeah, this is to just go to maneuver or to like just hover around the cells, either going up or going down. So this particular button is to run, for example. I want to run this, and this, I have already highlighted the cell. I click on the run button and it just carries out the instruction, and there we go. Yeah, there are actually shortcuts to do that. For my own computer or laptop, I use the control return button for the run. To run the code, and it works for me. So you have to figure out what works for your laptop or your computer or system. This is for interruption, and this one is to restart the kernel. As we go on in the video, in other videos I'm going to be posting, you're going to see some instances that we had to stop the code, the execution of the code, or maybe where we have to clear out the kernel, and why that is important. So stay tuned. And this is to restart the kernel. Again, we're going to see the importance of this as we go in other videos in the course of this learning how to code in Python. All right.
So I'm going to be uploading more videos on different techniques and different ways to approach some tasks using Python. And I want to implore you again to please subscribe and please catch up with us to see what we're doing. I appreciate your questions are welcome, your comments and your observations are highly welcome and appreciated. We're happy to answer any questions you have.
And then before I wrap up this session of the video, I just wanted to share a verse of the scriptures that's in Isaiah 43 verse 2. Deep waters are not deep waters here, maybe not literally, like there are certain situations or certain occurrences or processes that seem to be deep waters that try to overwhelm us. We have a promise in the Bible in Isaiah 43 verse 2 that when we pass through the waters, I will be with thee. They shall not overflow thee. So this is God reassuring us that no matter how overwhelming whatever situation it is, or whatever process or whatever circumstance you passing through, no matter how overwhelming it might be, He's going to be with you, and it will not overflow you. It won't overshadow the year. So we have this promise, and there are conditions, of course. Being in tune with God, having a really personal relationship with God, personal active relationship with God. Yeah, thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you again. See you next time. Bye.